Hi friends and students, welcome to my channel. Today I will be discussing the class 12 CBSE question paper of 2025. This video will be helpful to you for those appearing in 2026 and later years. Now let's begin discussing the question present and how to solve it. So this is set 2 of the question paper and you have 3 hours to solve it. Then there is it's basically 70 marks paper. There are 30 questions in total. There are 17 1 marks MCQs and there are 18 to and the questions 18 to 19 are source based questions, which means they are comprehension type questions, and a passage will be given to you where you have to read it and answer. Now then we have question 26 to 23, which is short type questions, followed by question 23 to 24, which is long type answers, and then finally question number 29 to 30 are map based questions. Now let's start solving them and eventually understand these segments. So question number 1, which is a very common question, a first chapter about neo-determinism. So neo-determinism was introduced by, we have 4 options and the answer is very simple. It is Griffith Taylor. Now coming to the next question, human geography is the synthetic study of the relationship between human societies and the earth's surface. Now who has given this definition? Always remember, synthesis is explained by Radzel, dynamism is explained by Semple, and interrelationship between human and physical is defined by Blasch. So what do you think the answer is? Yes, it is Radzel. Now coming to the third question, it is a bit difficult for you at this stage. So trace it back to geography definition in class 11 text, which defines geography as the abode of humans. It's also there in the first chapter of the text. Remember, you have to be very thorough with the text. So what do you think the answer is? Yes, it is C, to understand the earth as the home of human beings and its sustainability. Okay, so we have the next question of 4. Read the following statements regarding inland ports and carefully choose the correct option. Now, these ports are located away from the sea coast. Let's see if this is your... let's imagine how a river navigation is happening. Now, which are correct? First, as I said, second is these ports are linked to the sea by inland water bodies. Let's see, third is these ports are accessible by flat bottom ships or barges. Now if you think about it, the first 3 are correct, but let's go to the fourth option. Kochi, Aden, Honolulu are some of the examples of inland port. Now think about it, at least Kochi, if you remember, are they inland in nature? If you can't remember, then you are right. The answer is false, and only 1, 2, 3 are correct, which means that option number A, that is 1, 2, 3 are correct. So coming to the next option. 2 statements are given below. They are assertion and reason. Read both the statements carefully and choose the correct option. So we have assertion as international trade may prove to be detrimental to nations, and we have reason, it may lead to dependence on other nations causing exploitation. So given the statements, what do you think the answer can be? Now let's break down this tricky assertion and reasoning question. The assertion says international trade may prove detrimental to nations. This sounds odd, right? We usually hear that trade is always good. So here's the catch. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. When a country depends too much on imports, let's say for food, you can say fuel or even technology, it becomes vulnerable. And then that's where the reason kicks in. Such dependence can open door to exploitation by stronger nations, especially in times of crisis. So yes, both the assertion and reasoning are correct. And even better, the reason perfectly explains the assertion. Trade, while beneficial for some nations, it also leads to dependency traps, and if they are not managed wisely, it can be detrimental for the country. So the correct answer is both option A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. It's also given in the textbook. So the next question, 6. In modern times, trade is the basis of world's economic organization and is related to dash of the nation. So now in today's globalized world, countries are deeply connected through international trade. The foreign trade policies of a nation determine how it engages with the rest of the world, what it exports, what it imports, what kind of tariffs are applied, which trade agreements are signed. So this policy is the foundation of how nation participates in a global economy. So what do you think the correct answer is? Yes, it is foreign trade policy. Now, why not the other option? Because bilateral trade policy only refers to trade between two countries, which is too narrow. Multilateral trade policy is a very broader term, and internal need policy isn't recognized as an economic term in this context. So the best and the most accurate way to describe this is foreign trade policy. So next question. Arrange the following towns of India as per the historical evolution from oldest to newest order and choose the correct option. So we have Chennai, Gandhinagar, Patna and Lucknow. Now let's time travel through the Indian urban history. So first comes Patna. It's also known as Pataliputra. The city dates back to 600 BC and it was the capital of the Mauryan and the Gupta Empire. Next we have Lucknow, which is option number 4. While it existed earlier, it rose to prominence during the 18th century as the cultural and political heart of the Nawabs. Then we have Chennai. It is founded by the British as Madras in 1639 and it became very important colonial port city actually. And then finally we have Gandhinagar. This is option number 2. This is a planned city developed in the 1960s after Ahmedabad and made the capital of Gujarat post-independence. So this is the youngest in the list. So we have, now you decide which is the correct option and accordingly we proceed. Now coming to question number 8. Read the following statements regarding the urban settlement of India. Carefully choose the correct option. Statement 1. All urban settlements are manufacturing centers. Do you think that is correct? Not every city manufactures goods. Some cities are known for their education like Kota, administration like Gandhinagar or tourism like Agra. So urban always doesn't mean that factories are present. So the statement is too general. Statement number 2. Urban settlements are generally compact and larger in size. Right, because they are densely populated with less space and more population, tight housing, traffic jams. You can see Delhi or Bangalore for a better example. Now statement number 3. What do we have? They are engaged in a variety of non-agricultural activities. Correct. Like unlike rural areas that depend upon farming or urban population work in service, in industries, education, there is much more that is happening in urban areas, not only rural but urban work also. And the 4th statement is urban settlements have direct relation with rural settlement. You are right, there is a link, rural-urban link that is happening. They are always transporting raw materials, food, labor from one rural area to city, and back and forth. So what do you think the final answer is? Yes, C. 2, 3 and 4 are correct. So let's move to the next question. So there are two statements given below. This assertion and reason, as you can read it. Now let's talk about why some of the India's most fertile states are running out of water. Now the assertion says that Punjab, Haryana and Western UP, India's agricultural powerhouses, are facing groundwater crisis, which is absolutely true. Now these states grew like crops during the Green Revolution, and that came at a certain cost. The reason explained why more groundwater is being pulled out of the irrigation and is getting naturally recharged. So we have the reason as more groundwater is utilized during irrigation and than water table recharge, which is absolutely right. Bore wells can go deeper, water tables are lowering down, and soon farmers are left with pumping dry wells. So both reason and assertion are correct, and R is the reason of A. So we have option A as the right answer. Don't forget to like my channel. Now, next question. I think I skipped one. Yes. So read the following statements of Indira Gandhi Canal project carefully and choose from the correct option. It was conceived by Kanwar Sen in 1950, launched in 1961. You can read the rest. Take your time. So, coming to statement 1. Do you think this is right? Go back to your textbooks. Go back and read it once. Go to the chapter and find it. The answer will be no. The project was conceived by Kanwar Sen in 1948 and officially launched in 1958. This is not a correct answer. Now, statement 2. Absolutely, it is correct. The canal transformed the agriculture in desert areas of Rajasthan. This one is correct. Now, third one. Spread of canal irrigation led to increase in cultivated areas and crop intensity. Do you think this is correct? Yes. And statement 4. Traditional crops of jowar bajra has been replaced by rice and wheat. Yes, the Green Revolution has led to more water-intensive crops like rice and wheat thanks to canal irrigation. So yes. Now we have this as okay. So option number D, 2, 3 and 4 are correct. Next we have question number 11. Read the following statements related to international trade of India and carefully choose the correct option. Please read it while I start discussing. So India has a long coastline surrounded by ocean from 3 sides. True, India is a peninsula surrounded by Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean. So this is correct. Then we have Indian coasts have large number of well-developed seaports. Yes, we do have. We have Mumbai, we have Chennai, we have Kolkata, we have many. So yeah. And then the third option is the Kandla port exports huge amount of iron ore. No, this is incorrect. Go and read your textbook. So they are mainly used for handling petroleum, chemicals, grains and not iron ore. So iron ore exports happen mostly in Paradeep, Visakhapatnam, these ports. So this option is wrong. And the fourth option, water transport is very cheap for heavy and bulky goods. So absolutely correct. So final answer, what do we have? Option number A, which is 1, 2, 4 are correct. Now, why is that the slums are areas of residence with least choice? Choose the correct option. Very simple and easy to answer. They have dilapidated house with poor ventilation, which is a fact. You can always look and see. Observation is the key to knowing the answer also at times. Now the basic facilities like light, water, like light and toilets are difficult to get, which is also true. Slums do lack basic infrastructure. Now hygienic conditions and drinking water are improper, which is also true. They are not given proper water and sanitation facilities. So your hygienic is not there. and better drainage facilities are available. See, these two options are very contradicting. So which one is wrong here? Obviously number 4. So we have statement 1, 2 and 3 correct. So which option is that? A. So let's move to the next question. I'll just check once. Yeah, we solved this. So we go into question number 13. Watershed management program in Jhabua district of Madhya Pradesh was funded by which of the following ministries? So you have to go back and check the answer. I'm telling you currently, which is A, rural development. Watershed management program in Jhabua district is a well-known initiative aimed at restoring ecological balance through soil and water conservation, afforestation and livelihood management program. So it is funded by the Ministry of Rural Development under the IWDP program, Integrated Water Development Program. Okay. So the next question, this goes A. Next question is, local names like Patna, Para, Pali, Naga and Dhani are examples of what? Go to the urban settlements chapter number 2 and find the answer, and you will come back to the answer as hamleted settlements. These names refer to small habitational units or hamlets and often found scattered or separated slightly. So these are hamleted settlements. Okay, next question. So these are, again, what we have is comprehension type questions. So we have to solve them individually. Read the question, take your time to read the question, pause the video, read it, and we are going to solve it eventually in the next few minutes. So this is your first question. I have already calculated the decline because the question is under which category we find maximum decline in exports, and the exports value for every year is mentioned in the table. So what we have to do is minus them from 2015 to 2016. So 2016 value that is there, 2016 value that is there, we are going to minus it with 2015 value. So what do we have in decline table as 12.3 minus 12.6 minus 1.9 minus 1.6. So you can see the decline value, and in this table you see which one is the lowest. Maximum is there in maximum decline happened as agriculture and allied products is minus 0.3, 0.3 for ore and minerals, 0.7 for manufactured goods, which is not considered here, minus 0.2 for crude and petroleum products, and minus 0.6 for other commodities. So this category, so the largest dip, so the answer is other commodities, which is minus 0.6. So here I have shown you the calculation also, so you know how to calculate it for yourself in the examination. Next question. Commodities are there. We have to find the increase in export from 2010-11 to 2016 and 17. Now you see I have subtracted the value of 2016-17 minus 2010-11, and what do we have? Minus 2.1 for ore and minerals, 2.4 for agriculture and allied products, 5.6 for manufactured goods, and minus 5.1 for crude and petroleum products, and minus 0.7 for other commodities. So which category saw the increase in export? It is agriculture and allied products. So you know the answer is A. Easy to calculate. Make sure you do it perfectly. Don't forget to take your calculators along with you in the examination hall. So question number 17. What do we have? we have that under which category of commodities there is continuous increase in exports. So we have to see how there is no fluctuations much, but we can see a high rising graph. So calculate this for yourself. I've already added the table here. Read it yourself, and I am giving you the answer out, but you have to know how it came about. And the answer is manufactured goods, because it shows a steady increase every year. If you have problem in calculating this, make sure you make a small line graph to understand how this growth is happening for this question. Okay, manufactured goods is marked. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're liking the content. Okay, so next question. Question is section number B, another source-based question. Why it is a source-based question? Here a passage is given to you and you have to read it, understand it. Take your time to read the passage. Take your time, pause the video, read the passage, and let's find the answer in the next coming minutes. So, examine the impact of poaching on wild animals. This answer is there in the paragraph itself. You have to, let's find it ourselves. So examine the impact of poaching on wild animals. They subsisted on animals. Primitive societies depend on wild animals. Many species are becoming extinct. That is the impact of poaching on wild animals. They are becoming extinct, and the answer is, okay, I think I have merged them too by mistake for question 1 and 2. Examine the impact of poaching on wild animals and why was hunting of animals limited in early times. Both have the same answer, that is, many species now have become extinct and endangered due to illegal hunting, and the early hunters used primitive tools made of stones, twigs and arrows, so they were killed in limited numbers. Both the answers are there in the same paragraph. Read it, compose the answer in your own language, but obviously it is better if you just pick up the sentence from the comprehension itself, because that gives you the perfect score. Now next question, why did the early man depend upon immediate nature and environment? Explain it. Read the comprehension, but the answer is mentioned here in this paragraph and expert. So read it. Don't forget to read it. Now next question. So this is a table from your text itself, from the soil chapter, I think the land resource chapter. Now this is question number 19, which the answers of which you have to find from the textbook itself. You have to go through the text very thoroughly. I have mentioned the answers in my following minutes and videos, but you have to, the reason is not given in the table itself. The reason you have to write it from the textbook itself. So what do we have? Mention the reason for decrease in cultivable land in 2014 and 15 as compared to 50-51. Now this answer is increase in the pressure on land from both agriculture and non-agricultural sectors leads to decrease in cultivable waste land. So this is the answer to your first question. Next is 19.2. Mention the reason for increase in current fallow land during 2014 as compared to 1950-51. And the answer is variability of rainfall and cropping cycles. Steady rainfall and improved cropping cycles lead to increase in current fallow land. So you have to remember these points while mentioning the answer. Explain the reason for continuous increase in net sown area. So this answer is mainly due to the use of cultivable wasteland for agricultural purpose. Now there is a continuous increase in net sown area. That is why we see a the answer is mentioned as the use of cultivable wasteland for agricultural purposes. So with this we finish the 1 marks questions that you can, as you have seen. Now we go to the mapping questions that is present in your paper. So this is a very easy one. The answer to the first 2 questions are mentioned in the diagram itself. Look at it carefully. Now, name the country in which most of the Rhine River lies. It is the map itself. Take your time, take your time. Yes, it is Germany. Next, name 2 countries whose industrial areas are connected by River Rhine. Look at the map and answer which 2 countries you see prominently. Easy to answer. Any 2 map from which the Rhine is flowing. For I can say consider Germany and France as the options. Now last question. Why is Rhine world's most heavily used waterway? So now this you have to find from the textbook. The answer is mainly the Ruhr River joins Rhine from the east. It flows through a rich coal field and the whole basin has become a prosperous manufacturing area. Now it connects the industrial areas of Switzerland, Germany, France, Belgium and Netherlands. Now with the North Atlantic Sea route, they are connected. So this makes River Rhine the most heavily used waterway. So this is what you have to answer from, like I have mentioned the expert here from the text. You have to read it, take your time, read the answer and formulate the entire paragraph. With this we finish the map based questions also. So now this is it for today, guys. Rest of the questions I mentioned are uploaded in my Telegram channel. It is mentioned here. You can come there, read all the long form questions, answers there. Take your time to revise it and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Please share it with your friends if you have liked it. Thanks. Tata.